Now let us look at the difference between class and object. So first of all, I will take an object and explain you what does it mean by object. As per object-oriented programming, we say that anything in the world is an object. Means object is a thing. So anything in the world you can call it as an object. How actually we define it in object orientation? An object is defined in terms of its properties and behavior. Properties and behavior. So anything in the world can be defined in terms of these two things. Remember this is a key point, right? Properties, first one is properties and second one is behavior. Properties and behavior. So we can define anything. Now the same thing we will understand through some examples. Let us look at this. See, I have a television. I am talking about object. Remember this once again. This television is an object. What are its properties? Its width and height is property. Color of body is a property. Material type used is a property. And the type of television, that is the CRT or plasma or LCD, is a property. Brand name is a property. Current channel set on this television is a property. What is the present volume level is a property. Brightness level, lots of properties are there. Then what are its behavior? What are its methods, functions, operations? That is behavior. You can switch on, switch off, you can change the channel, you can increase or decrease the volume, increase the volume, decrease the volume, that is change the volume. You can change brightness, you can check the channel, present channel. Lot of properties are there, a lot of functions are there that you find in a remote control or on the panel you will find the buttons. Using that you can call the functions. And remember one thing, the operations or the behavior will affect the properties. Behavior will affect the properties, right? So that will utilize the properties, maybe using them or changing them. So property, like if you press the button of a change a channel, then the present channel number will change. Yes, it will change the property. So this is the basic idea. Now let us look at the car example and explore its properties and behavior. A car will have its color and its dimension and the model and the brand name, right? And the car type of fuel, lot of other properties are there. Then what are its behavior? You can start the car, you can stop the car, you can accelerate it, you can change the gear. Changing gear is a behavior, right? Braking, applying brakes is a behavior. These are all behaviors. And all these behaviors will utilize the properties. So basic idea is this one. Object will have its properties and behavior. Anything in the world can be defined in terms of properties and behavior. Like a human being also you can define in terms of properties and behavior. Like I have my height, my weight, my complexion, lot of things, my name, these are the properties. I can walk, I can talk, I can eat, I can sleep. These are my behaviors. So anything in the world can be defined in terms of these two. Now, to make it simple, listen carefully. If you want to know how to define an object, how to identify the properties and behavior, I'll give you simple method. Follow this one. You take anything, you write summary about it. Write down about it. An essay or summary, you write down about it. When you write something about it, so check what you have written. From that, take nouns or adjectives that are the properties. Verbs that are its behavior. So it's easy. Write an essay on anything and take out adjectives, and then verbs are behavior. Adjective are properties and nouns or adjective are properties and verbs are behavior. This is the method, right? So don't scratch your head what to make, what not to make. Then from the summary, what all you have picked up, whichever one you want, you keep it with you. Which you don't want in your project, in your requirement, you can skip that. That's all about a object. Now, how you define an object? Let us see. Next, I am coming to a class. See, for making a television, first of all, a circuit design is made for the television, and this television is manufactured based on this design. So, this is the definition of this television. Our car manufacturing company will manufacture the car. First of all, it will design the car. So, this design is used for manufacturing the car. That's the definition. A civil engineer will construct a house. For that, he will make a plan. So this is a design. This is a description of a house. So if I call this as object, then this is a class. If I call this as object, then design is a class. If I call this as an object, a house is an object, then it's a design is a class. So this happens in engineering. Every engineer will first design something and then he will start constructing. Objects are constructed based on the design. So in software also, in programming also, we want to first define its design, then we want to create the object. So what is real? Object is real. This is logical, that is definition on paper, pen and paper, right? And this is really existing. This is on paper and this is really existing. On paper, this is really existing. So in programming, when we are following the same thing, design we call it as a class and this we call it as an object. Now, class versus object, one more point. If you have one class, one design, then I made one television. Can I make many televisions from that same design? Yes, for a single class, you can have many objects created or manufactured from the same design. So one class can have many objects. You can create as many objects as you want. Like you want a car, create a car from this design, one more car from the design. Now if you are a customer, you want to buy this, you place an order, a car is manufactured and given to you. So based on the design, a car is manufactured. So upon a design, many objects can be created. This is what we find in real life. Now coming to Java programming or object orientation, I will define a class and I will show you how to create an object. So this is the last point in this video. See this. I have written a class for television. I have taken the same example. Though we may not be writing classes for television, but as this example I was discussing, I have taken the same thing. Now if you look at the property, channel is a property, kernel channel number, present channel number, this one is a variable. Properties are variables. Then this volume is also a property. So we convert properties as variables or data members and behaviors as methods or functions, methods. So you can see there are two methods. A change channel is a method. This is a method. Public void brackets are there is a method, and a change volume, this is also a method. So these two are methods. So a television is defined in terms of its properties and behavior. So that's what I said. Anything in the world can be defined in terms of its properties and behavior. Properties are written as data members and methods are behavior is written as methods. So this is a class definition. Class definition. And I have one more class here in public static void main. This is an object. We already know this. We have already seen this type of thing, that this is a reference and here an object is created. Object is created and this is the class name and reference. So this portion is reference and this is an object. So now a television is created. I have created one television. Can I create one more television? Yes, I can create. You can create as many television as you want. Now, can I call the methods of the television t.change channel, change channel? Okay, this is not taking parameters. I have not written it completely. Let us say I want to set the channel 10 and it is taking some parameter. Now, it is just like I have a television with me. I am changing its channel. I am saying television, change your channel to 10. So this is as simple as we do it here. So object is there, you can call the methods upon that object. So this is how we write classes and then we create objects. Just like a design from that objects are created. Now the last thing I will show you how it looks like in the main memory when you have a Java class and object, and if you write it as a program and run, how it looks like in the memory. Let us look at it here. The class what I have here, there are some set of methods. Main method is there, change channel, change volume, change channel. Methods are there. So in Java, there will be area called as method area inside the main memory, and it will contain all the methods. And the class definitions, the class definition of this class, these two definitions will be present inside heap. We don't have to see it, right? Assume that it's there in the heap. So the objects, when they are created, these are created based on that definition which is present in the heap. So the definition of the classes will also be present. Now this one inside main method. So T is inside main method. So whatever the variable or that are used or references that are used inside methods, they will occupy memory inside stack. So this T is a reference inside stack. So the variables of a method or a function, local variables of a function, they will occupy space in stack, right? So T is inside the stack. And when you set new, Whenever you said new, object will be created in heap. So the object is created in heap. So this was just a program, but really when it is running, imagine that a television is created in heap. So where is the world of your program? The code is not the world. When it is running, this is the world of your program. This is the world. So this memory area in this real television, imagine it as a real television object is created, right? So T is a reference to this one. So Mr. T has taken a television. Imagine like this. Suppose this is not a T, this is T1. Mr. T2 also want one more television. So again one more object is created for him. This is channel and volume. Okay. So one more object is created. Like here if I write T1 and one more T2. So two objects are there. Two objects and two references are there. So the objects are always created in heap. Just I wanted to show diagrammatically where the objects will be in the main memory, where the references may be. If they are inside the methods, they will be inside the stack. So that's all. This is a class and this is an object and how it looks like in the memory and where actually the object is created inside the memory. Whenever we say object, this should come into your mind that how it is looking like now. The object is created in the memory. We are writing like this here for creating an object. This is a statement, but the result of the statement is like this. So that's all about classes versus object. We have learned a lot of things in this one. We have learned about the principles of object orientation. We have taken the examples of classes and object from other engineering. Then we have seen an example of Java. In the next video, we will write some example Java classes. So I will take some examples from the real world only and I will show you the classes. So we will practice how to write down the classes. So that's all in this video.